Hi and hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mic Drop, which is a free-flowing conversation that oftentimes touches on mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to be douchey tonight and be full screen, even though my hair is not, because I'm on camera. No offense to RJ and Voltaire. Thank you for sticking with us. Sorry a little late. I am really sore. Well, I was exercising, and people know I had my TV incident this week. So I think when I caught it in air, I pulled everything in my shoulder, my neck and stuff. So this is all sore. I just went like this before and it cracked. But it's like it's not a good crack. It's like a stiff crack. Oh, man. So I'm feeling it. We have a lot to talk about tonight. How are you doing, Voltaire and RJ? How are you doing?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do to the max regular like tomorrow. There's not really a lot of news, unfortunately, because of the fires. And our thoughts go out to everyone impacted. Woo, it's rough out there.
It's really bad. Yeah, it's bad.
It certainly is. I know. I had one of my buddies living in Southern California here. His ex-wife and his children moved into his home because their house burnt down in the Pacific Palisades.
Wow.
Like, it's rough, man. You got to live with your ex-wife again because of these fires.
That's rough. Maybe it'll get them back together. I don't know.
I'm sure
stranger things have happened. You know, we realize what's important at that point. Okay. Well, I'm glad everyone's here in the chat. I don't know what Joe's talking about. Let's check out the chat.
We love Joe.
Sean Hickman's here. Please.
Hi, hello,
Sean. Crazy Joe, someone wake is he? You know, he could have called. Joe could have called.
Was this show supposed to go live earlier?
I mean, someone set it up for me, and then I forgot it was scheduled. I usually set it up when I wake up, but it was set up.
Why do you have Skip Bayless as your avatar tonight?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, we could talk about that.
Please tell me. I've heard things about Skip Bayless.
The lawsuit. You heard about the lawsuit, Voltaire?
No, I'm not familiar with it, truthfully.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'll have to find some stuff on that. Hold on.
Let's do it.
I don't know what Joe says. He's no longer going to be in streams. That's what I'm like. No, Joe, we love you on streams, even though I disagree with you wholeheartedly, and you said my take was so bad that you don't want to watch my live stream last.
Oh my God. Which take?
About that James Gunn needs to clarify about the Batman thing, and him and Muschietti are not on the same page, which I think is extremely accurate.
I mean, Joe has previously disavowed takes of yours, and he's come back, so I'm sure he'll be back.
Okay, well, I hope so.
Let's send Skip Bayless a link. Let's do that.
I don't know. Rational Skeptic, $2. George Miller was already debunked. Why do people do this? Listen, you like rumors this morning.
You can't talk about it anymore.
Huh?
You got to change your thumbnail now. You're not allowed to talk about it anymore.
No, I'm going to talk about it because it's a story, and I was trying to find out. Well, first I was going to talk about. I didn't want to talk about Batman yet again. I mean, we could talk about it still, but not like as the main top. And then I was like, should I talk about the fires? I'm like, no, there's not a lot of news out there. So I would like to talk about.
There is news though.
What news?
Puppies.
That is embarrassing for James Gunn.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's silly.
How?
That cheapens the brand. Puppy Bowl. There's going to be a puppy. Oh,
they're using the Puppy Bowl for
provide some context for people who don't know. Come on.
Hold on, I'll get the article. Hold on.
I have it ready to go. Okay.
Max is a professional.
Puppy Bowl. Although, to be fair though, it is going for a different audience for DC than they've had before with the previous versions of DC. So, not Comic-Con, not New York Comic-Con, not any other things, but James Gunn will provide a sneak peek at Superman will be featured during the Puppy Bowl. James Gunn, and this is where Warner Brothers is at. They cannot afford the Super Bowl. They can.
Oh, come on.
Am I that wrong?
Is that why they're doing it? Really?
This is what
because Max, I think we could do. I think we could afford to pay for an advertisement for the mic drop on the.
This is the downgrade that you've been looking for. This is just like a perfect metaphor for Cavill versus Corn Sweat. You're talking Super Bowl Cavill, Puppy Bowl with Corn. Puppy Bowl.
What if
Super Bowl with Cavill, Puppy Bowl with Corn.
What if they have a trailer at the Super Bowl, but then they have a crypto clip from the movie?
No, this is exactly where you were and how it's been. Those.
But doesn't it make sense though that you used the Puppy Bowl for marketing with crypto? Like you lean into the crypto.
That's a great way to spin it, James Gunn. That's a great way to spin it. This is all you can afford, James Gunn. I know it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care that much. I could easily see.
But I'm being serious though. Like this works for the normies that you lean into crypto for the marketing. So you use the Puppy Bowl and like make that the sponsor of the Puppy Bowl.
Well, hang on. And who says they're not going to have a separate thing at the Super Bowl? I mean, if this is like a marketing, oh come on, why wouldn't? How could they not?
I doubt it. That's a lot of money.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. You have the trailer come out earlier in the day for the Super Bowl. Then maybe you drop a clip from the movie, because I don't think it's going to be a trailer. I think it's going to be a clip focusing on Superman and crypto for the Puppy Bowl, like a clip of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this dog is very marketable. Okay, I'm telling you, I go by normie word. And people saw that little clip with the dog and they got excited. Even non-dog crazy lovers got excited. It's brilliant. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be his only thing because I can't imagine.
I think the Puppy Bowl. I could be wrong. I think the Puppy Bowl is in the morning before the Super Bowl starts, so you'd get out ahead of all the other ads and trailers. You'd have Superman kick off the day in the morning if they do it the right way. Because the Super Bowl is probably going to be packed this year with probably Jurassic World and Fantastic Four, maybe. They'll get out ahead of everything.
I hope all you Snyder bros take this to throw shots. Just don't be toxic, But this is a perfect opportunity. If this was a Zack Snyder now's at the Puppy Bowl instead of the Super Bowl, you'd be taking shots too. I think it's funny. I don't really care that much personally. I want to see a new. I don't care. I like puppies, except this one. Come here, like Kelly. Puppies? Come here, Kelly. Come here.
Everybody loves puppies.
Why are you wet? You rolling around in the snow? Okay.
How do you not know?
Plus the Puppy Bowl is on Animal Planet, so they don't have to pay money for it. They can just use it for free, just for advertising.
Joe says this is a genius marketing. Joe, what do you know, Joe? Why are you saying you're not going to be a streamer anymore? People were really upset, My take, I was actually thinking about, I didn't do it, but I was thinking about doing a crazy mad debate, Max versus Joe, debating topic of DC or Star Wars or something. So I was ready to come at you, Joe, and make content out of our disagreements. That's what you should do. That's what you should do.
Don't wave capitalize. Your fist like that. It's very intimidating.
I know. Watch my last stream and you'll know. What? Why? Oh, God. People enjoyed that you were streaming regularly, and now he's going to revert to doing something else. Is it my fault? Did I contribute to it? I spelled it all. I hope it's not about me. My
I think
takes.
I was just suffering from the post-holidays blues. You know what I mean?
My guess would be is that he wants to sell. Here's my guess, knowing Joe, and I appreciate this about you, Joe, is you want to celebrate movies, not complain about all the details about the companies that make the movies. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, Joe. I apologize then. Well, best wishes to you and your family. Best wishes to you and your family. Okay. So I will call you about that then as well, because his family's awesome. They're really cool. Really, really cool family. Yeah. All right. Oh wow, Senior Nerd is throwing crazy Joe would murder me in a debate. Wow. Thanks, Cheeseman. Okay, I was sleeping. Larry Quirkwitz, member for 21 months. Thank you, Larry. I really appreciate it. And he sends a super chat, $5. Definitely a real trailer during the Super Bowl and a crypto clip in the Puppy Bowl. Hashtag RJ for the win.
Do I get the $5?
No, you don't. I need all the money I could get. No offense.
And by the way, it's not really $5 because like YouTube and Apple take like 30% of that.
Which is fine. I like that. Like people set up alternatives. That's fine. But I like that you go through the platform. The YouTube deserves its cut. Just promote my channel more, YouTube.
Yeah, Google doesn't make enough money.
Super Jeff, good gamer, member for 14 months. I really appreciate it. Someone contact CJH and see if he's ready for Blame CJH segment later. I don't know if RJ's going to stay for that. So there's supposed to be a Blame CJ. He wanted me to show some weird thumbnail. I'm like, no, that's not about like California in flames, but like with aliens. I'm like, that's not great timing.
So I have a question for
Yes.
Voltaire.
Yeah.
What movie do you think will be bigger, Captain America or Superman?
Oh my God, Superman by far.
How do you think Captain America's going to do?
I have RJ. I don't know. All right. It's got a secondary Captain America. It's got a secondary Hulk in it.
It depends if the Red Hulk is legit in it. If they're people are going to show.
Well, the Green Hulk that we've seen the last few things the Mark Ruffalo Hulk has not been impressive on any level. So
because the box office crashing for Captain America just came in. They're saying it's predicted to open between 80 to 97 million.
I saw that.
So 80 to 97 million isn't too bad. It's a little softer than maybe they would like, but
do you think it's a $750 million movie?
I think it's more like a $600 to $700 million movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a
6 to 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. I would ask that please. We only succeed here on MME and the mic drop and all the content we provide by your engagement. So please thumbs up the video. If you're new, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We might have. Hold on a second. Hold on. I think RJ and Voltaire will be happy about this.
So do you really think that it has a chance to even come close to Superman, RJ? Really?
No, I was just wondering because
Superman's $1 billion movie, right?
No, I don't think so, no.
Really?
I said the ceiling for this movie is about $700 million. If it's lucky.
So like Batman.
Yeah, I think 700 million would be the ceiling. I think more realistically, it's probably going to make like 500 to 650 million.
How much did Guardians 3 make?
Guardians 3 made close to 900 million, I think.
I think it beats Guardians 3.
I don't. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm very excited for this movie. I just think it has a lot of baggage to deal with. You know, people are just down on superhero movies. People are down on.
I don't think so. They're just down on they're just down on average superhero movies, just like my wife. My wife's checked out. Brian, I call Brian occasionally. We talk about stuff. He's like, I'm seeing Superman. People just want to have fun. They just want to feel fresh. It's got to feel fresh.
No, I thought Sean Hickman. I thought Moana 2 was going to do very well. I always thought it was going to do very well. It's a sequel to a very popular movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest. Like, I'm super excited for Superman. Everyone, it's my most anticipated movie of this year.
Oh, mine too. Well, I go back and forth with Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I have my list. You can look at. You can pop.
Although I feel like Superman's got more to prove than Fantastic Four. Like Fantastic Four, even though I like the other movies, it has
most people don't.
Yeah. So people are gonna immediately. It's easier to surpass those movies in their mind.
I'm being realistic though. That like I said, if it makes $500 million, I think that they should be happy. Like that's all. That's the benchmark.
So RJ,
if they hit that, they'll be happy.
RJ, when Guardians 3 came out, we were in a lull with superhero movies. None of them were doing well. Then Guardians 3 came out and it did well, and everybody thought it was an outlier.
But remember though, it's a sequel to an already beloved franchise that's already established.
Look who's on the mic drop.
Hey, Rhea.
Hello, friends.
Oh my gosh, Rhea, hi.
Whitney Houston shirt too. Awesome.
Yeah.
Love Whitney. I gotta see that. I don't know if I wasn't sure about that biopic movie. It just seemed okay. No, she's like, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Maybe we'll get a cassette tape of Whitney next time we hang out, but not that movie. Okay. We're talking about the Puppy Bowl, Rhea. This is a big downgrade. This is what you get with James Gunn. Cavill was at the Super Bowl. Now you get Corn Sweat at the Puppy Bowl. What a perfect comparison. What a downgrade Corn Sweat is to Cavill. Your thoughts?
Why do you hate Puppy?
I'm making her jump right in.
Why does this have to be a downgrade? And how do you know that Corn Sweat is going to be in the ad?
That's he might as well. I don't know. I'm just trying to spin it negative. I was actually thinking about a segment, Voltaire, if we can make it work, called The Spin. You have to spin it negative or spin it positive.
Well, actually, I think also too, they might use it to promote animal rescue stuff too. Because remember, the Puppy Bowl does do stuff for that. Like,
no, I like the Puppy Bowl. I like puppies. Where's the Kitty Bowl? Where's that? You know,
they used to have that. So I think that Corn Sweat will be in this ad because who's watching the Puppy Bowl?
I oftentimes catch it, but I don't have cable, so I might try to find an online dual cast.
No.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, just as a reminder for everyone, the hotline number is up, and we are eventually going to be giving cash away to people that leave mic drops, like hot topics or questions to the voicemail. I forgot. If you don't want to do voicemail, let me put a post on the community section so Voltaire can read your your mic drop.
Yes. It's a voicemail, or it's also known as a drunk dial hotline. Everybody, don't.
Well, that's if Larry dials it. That's only for Larry.
That's what Cal likes to call it.
Larry was so many in that I thought it was. No offense to Cal too. Cal likes his paps. I thought it was Cal for a second. Shout out to Cal, one of our mic drop regulars. I don't know where he is. He got my book, The Art of Wrestling, and I haven't seen him.
Good.
All right.
I've been trying to contribute to more live chats and kind of break out of my shell a little bit, because sometimes channels that are a little bigger are intimidating. But yeah, I oftentimes see Cal and I see other familiar usernames of folks up in the chat too, so it makes it a little less scary. And Cal was one of those folks. Like, I saw him in Den of Nerds, and I saw him over on the Roca show, and yeah, it was just really cool. So I think I feel okay kind of branching out more.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do see Cal everywhere. I watch him in the hot mic as well. I see him in the chat.
Sure.
If I try to watch anything Grace, there's RJ in the chat. No. I'm joking.
I try to catch Grace's live streams too. I really like her a lot. I don't know. I like all these pundits for the most part.
Yeah, I don't have anything against anyone.
Yeah, you were blocked by Grace. I'm a fan of Grace. I think she's attacked too much personally, but
yeah.
Even though some of her takes I don't agree with,
speaking of Grace, did you guys see what she said today on Twitter about
what
stuff?
You'll have to bring it up because I'm blocked. You put it in the private chat.
RJ, these are the kind of topics that are perfect for this show. What did Grace say?
She said that she's going to be more positive about Superman going forward.
Uh-oh.
that she's decided to stop being negative towards this movie.
God bless her for that.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I feel like she was kind of compelled to do it as opposed to, you know, being eager to do it, if that makes sense.
She had a bunch of posts. Like she said, crypto's going to be a big part of the advertising. Puppy bowl spot is a good idea.
This is why Grace changed her mind to puppy bowl. Her heart melts for puppies and kittens. That's why.
Oh, okay. So she's pointing out some of the more, I would say those are objective, you know, positives. So I don't really see it too much as spin when you put it that way, RJ. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, she said like she liked the new picture that dropped today, that it was very wholesome and conveyed movement and life and stuff.
Oh,
which I mean, like, good for. I mean, I think she said like she's trying to be more positive because she feels like it's started to become a party, like everyone's getting excited for it, like so like not be the party pooper is what she was trying to say. I think, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure she wants to see the project succeed. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is easier to look. I still like Peacemaker and Creature Commandos, but this is the easier for project for everyone to get behind. It's Superman. It's crypto. You know, there's a lot there. It's a different vibe. And I do think the critics of James Gunn that just say everything's going to be a certain way, it's going to be this tone. I think they were surprised also with the trailer, and they're kind of scrambling on what to criticize because it does look like it appeals to more, you know. But here's Grace. You know, I like a good party. I've been thinking about it. I've decided to be very supportive of the new Superman movie. It's wholesome. It's fun. Pattinson is circling.
LFG. There you go. That stands for let's effing go, everybody.
Oh, let's effing go. I didn't know. Good. Thank you for.
Yeah, we struggled to figure that one out.
Which it's interesting. She did that right after she says she was attacked by gun fans too. I don't like the whole which fandom's worse is like a bit. It's like a big disaster too. It's just like people are, you know, are in extreme on every angle. Just try to focus on the people that want to celebrate stuff and be constructive criticism. I don't really think the only anomaly is the horror genre is the most supportive fandom I've ever seen. It's like really, it's weird actually. I don't understand. It's great, and I enjoyed it, but it's, you know, all right. So that's Grace on Superman. I'm excited to see that though.
You want to see the new image?
The new image, sure.
Yeah, I just posted it. Because USA Today did like a big article about all the movies coming out this year, all the big ones, and they posted new images from a bunch of different movies. There was like there's a new picture from Jurassic World. There was one for Thunderbolts and a couple other ones I'm forgetting right now. But
okay, yeah, I did see this. This looks good. I don't think this is like image worthy. Like, oh, this is the brand new. It just seems like the other ones I've seen, honestly. But it looks good. I think
it's just an image. I mean, it's one of those images that you can give away for free because it's like doesn't show much. It shows the actor. Like for Jurassic World, they just posted another picture of like one of the actors in the jungle. They're not showing anything crazy, no dinosaurs, nothing. Thunderbolts. It's just these are the kind of images they give to like newspaper websites, just to like, hey, here's a generic picture from this movie that like kind of shows a character or something, you know. But
oh yeah, Anthony Cheeseman gives a disclaimer: as long as Jessica Chastain doesn't join Superman, she will support it. I like Jessica Chastain too. You know, she has every right to criticize her, but that was kind of odd. All right, let me see here. I wanted to get to Senior Nerd. Senior Nerd says, "What the hell does Batterson circling mean?" That I think she means she might be hearing too.
Well, no, she said that if this movie is successful, she believes that Pattinson will join the DCU, is what she said. That's her opinion. Like, her opinion is if this movie succeeds, they'll merge it. If it's not successful, they won't merge it.
Yeah. I honestly don't care if they bring Pattinson or not. I actually would prefer a new Batman because I think that's what James Gunn wants to do too. But the opportunity is like lightning in a bottle. If you really want to resurrect Warner Brothers still has some financial struggles. If you really want to prove we got do something that you haven't been able to do before, and that's something the MCU has accomplished. They have single superhero movies were extremely successful, and then they have the Avengers where you already have that built-in fan base ready to go. So the Batman has done the groundwork, and then if you do bring in another Batman, maybe Batman the Brave and the Bold, if that happens, I don't think it is, or you bring in Batman in another project, it's going to kind of sort of like seem like BVS all over again. Just bring all these characters together, where the Batman, Matt Reeves, has been doing the groundwork. And I just think about the announcement, my marketing and it following movie talk and marketing. I'm just like, that would be such an epic announcement that will be on the level of what Marvel provides at their conventions. Like if you say, I would love, well, when's Comic-Con? Is Comic-Con coming out right before?
Comic-Con is after Superman. Like
I think after Superman.
I think it's like the week after or 2 weeks after. It's at the end of July.
I would just think about James Gunn saying, this is our DCU Batman, and just have Robert Pattinson walk on stage. That people would go insane. And then CGH in Canada would be like, I told you! Yeah, I told you! Everyone told me for years!
Yeah, Comic-Con is July 24th through July 27th.
Yeah. So I just think about that scenario, and I'm like, it's too big to pass up for me personally.
I mean, they could still do some announcements at Comic-Con this year. They could. I mean, be like, hey, you just saw Superman and loved it. Here's some more stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what happens with Batman too, right? Like Batman, this Pattinson Batman movie was, people use these terms and they throw them out like it's nothing. It's grounded. It's very, realistic. But this movie was like a no superpower, no special Batman thing. Like there's a scene where Pattinson's walking into an investigation scene and all the cops are there and they're all looking at him. I'm like, that really is how cops would look at a weirdo in a suit when he's walking into a thing. Like it was really super realistic, hyper realistic. I just don't know how that would merge well with a Superman world where there's people shooting lasers out of their eyes and, Green Lanterns and stuff flying around. So maybe they'll go away from the groundedness in the second one, so it kind of merges better. But I just wonder.
Donovan, fine, I will bring this up, Donovan, because this is also on topic. He's been wanting me to bring this up here. It's about the conspiracies. So Sean Chandler, it must be a conspiracy. I can't be that everyone posts on the news when it was new. So the fact that these posts came out, hold on, let me read. The fact that these posts came out at almost the exact same time shows you that these content creators being paid by Warner Brothers Discovery and have become studio plants with a plant emoji.
I wish I was being paid.
There's Film Junkie.
I wish we would all get paid, honestly.
I know we have a lot of supporters of Film Junkie here. We might try to get Film Junkie on for an interview. We'll have to see if that's possible. This is very funny because I'm assuming this may be a Snyder bro. If there's any coordination whatsoever at any fandom, it's the Snyder Cut fandom. They have everything on lock at the exact same time. But yes, if you want to be successful in social media, you have to post stuff when it's new.
So I don't get it. If certain creators are sent these pictures and they all post them,
they don't have to be. They don't need it. Well, it's very possible they could be sent.
One person posts the picture. Yeah. You have tweet notifications on for that account. You just save the picture and make your own post. I mean,
right. Well, that's the way to make money on X. Like, so I just retweet. I don't have the energy because I get to the news late anyway. But the reason they're all exactly the same is there's a new image. You save the image like RJ said, and you put your own text that tags, and that's how you could get paid by Elon Musk or X. You
want to share it to your own followers.
But the funny thing is, and I'm not shading any fandom here, it's just if there was anything that it came out from Rebel Moon or anything Zack Snyder, they would all be the same time too. It's just how it is. It's new. I actually would prefer like a more. It looks like an image I've almost seen already. It's like, okay, is this new?
So you don't think Discussing Film? It's a pretty popular account. You don't think they were sent that picture by DC?
Well,
I don't think they have
USA
to.
Today uploaded it first.
I don't think I've been in social media influencing for a while with my wife too. Yes, companies do send you things for a campaign, like we're going to drop something new here. You don't even have to because of the way the internet is right now. You just post something, it's going to get blow. It's just as if people are going to take it because it's something to talk about free where they could get paid. You don't have to. You don't have to do this. You just put it out and people cover it. They could do that. They don't have to. Everyone's going to cover it. DC, our movie news, which posts like some about DC probably every hour or like 12 times a day. And that's how you work. That's how you work on X. They're looking for anything to post. So,
well, I will say that I really appreciate, I'm noticing that because there was a new algorithm announcement on X that it actually boosts posts that are more on the positive side or pointing out, good things and good discussion points. And I just want to clap up RJ for being such a master at social media engagement. It just makes my heart really happy because I love when folks are, so into their community that they promote discussions. Like, these captions are cool on the photo, but they don't really promote discussion as much. But whenever I see RJ's posts, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he's actually just creating like a space for a discussion on this topic. And everyone has like a lot of people have some valid feedback and are, pointing out some like constructive criticism as well. So yeah, I just, RJ's the best. Obviously we know that for the past few years. So yeah.
RJ's blushing.
There's been a few times I questioned that personally. No, he is the best. No, I see what you mean, Rhea. When he posts something, he just doesn't do a generic post. He has something to say about it or ask a question.
Well, it's basically my outlet to talk about stuff, just because it's just
you're busy now, working, man.
Yeah, it's a lot easier just to comment on stuff and just that way. Most of the time though, I just retweet stuff that I see that I think is kind of cool. Most of my page is just artwork. But yeah.
No, you've always been like a really profound contributor to the community, and it's rather difficult to counter a lot of what you say, because you do manage to see valid criticism from positive and negative feedback, and then find awesome middle ground. Like, I love that. That's very Jimmy Carter-esque of you. So yeah, I don't know. It just makes me happy.
Yeah, great. Good for you, RJ.
I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say.
Larry says he's the voice of our generation. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, RJ, yeah. Well, hopefully.
There you go, RJ.
Gets replies from Gunn too. Yeah, when's the last time you spoke with Gunn? You can't say.
Spoke quite a while ago.
Oh, I hope you get to speak. I do hope you get to speak with him again. I know it'd be great. All right, so that's that. I wanted to talk about the main topic, but people are saying it's been debunked already. It says rumors, so that first of all, I wanted to try to switch from DC, all the DC talk, back to Marvel a little bit and Hulk. And I know we have some fans here of Furiosa. Ray, you liked Furiosa, right? George Miller, you like George Miller, the director?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially Furiosa. It's really awesome when I see directors not fold on modern technology just for the sake of being the most, advanced in the field, because there was like an amazing mix of visual effects as well as practical effects, and the cinematography was just like a graphic novel come to life. So yeah, just a maestro in his game for sure.
Yes. We do know from Furiosa, George Miller was really happy with Chris Hemsworth's performance.
Hemsworth and Anya Taylor-Joy made that movie what it was.
Yeah. So they've developed a pretty close bond as director and talent and actor. And we actually, I think it's not just a rumor. I think they actually literally had talks with Feige, George Miller, on projects. So this is probably where this is coming from, unless I'm wrong. As far as I know, did RJ, Voltaire, Rhea, have you heard about George Miller having?
I haven't heard about this, but if they do a World War Hulk, they have to get rid of Ruffalo. and start a new Hulk.
They can't do that.
He's terrible.
It doesn't matter if he's terrible. Hemsworth likes him. I don't think he's terrible. I think he could be better.
He's horrific.
Is it his fault?
No, they wrote the Hulk badly for him. Yeah.
The community note stuff is getting ridiculous. I can't listen. If you have so much your time to debunk rumors on X, I'm sorry. I think that's really.
Anyone can do community notes, Max. You have to apply and be accepted to be a community.
Are you sure? Because I've seen some.
I've tried to leave a community note, and it told me no. You have to apply. And
no, the community notes stuff. There was a community note for Clark Kent that says this is not Superman, it's Clark Kent. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, that's factually correct.
Yes, but they allowed it. I was like, oh my goodness, they have so much time. I'm like, do you realize?
So, yeah,
I'm like,
is that necessary to apply for?
No, that's a bit much.
to make.
No, but
I agree. That cheapens community.
But I'm like, you realize, you Xers that want to correct other people's posts, you could be actually making money if you just made your own posts instead of correcting other people's posts.
No, community notes are good because for some things, like there's complete trash out there that people say. Yeah. But you can't look. I've tried to leave a community note and it won't let me. So it's like I don't know what you have to go to become a community note person. I think you have to be unemployed.
I don't care.
And have a lot of spare time.
Oh, that's not fair, Voltaire, to say that. That's a stereotype. No, there's certain things that are news stuff. Really, I respect. There has to. You don't want bad information going out, especially. Unfortunately, the world is like crazy right now. With stuff happening, so you don't want misinformation. You want to be able to have that there, but people spend more time on it on nerd stuff. I think, I
think what's more impactful than community notes, honestly, are quote tweets, because then you're making your point the focus of what your feedback is, and it also promotes engagement on your own platform. So yeah, big fan of the quote tweet.
Joe, you don't rate my videos? Community notes are like rating a YouTube video. It's meaningless. No,
it's not meaningless, Joe.
You better rate I'm going to rate your stuff. Yeah. Rate my stuff.
Well, here's the actual, the actual rumor that was going around that I saw, was it yesterday or the day before? I forget. Is that they are thinking about doing a Hulk versus Wolverine movie at some point after.
Well, that's fine. I think they should. But
the thing is that they're waiting to figure out a good reason for why those two would be fighting each other. But the other big thing is that they want that movie to be a lead-in to Avengers versus X-Men, which is what they want to do as well.
God, that's great.
They want to do Avengers versus X-Men as well down the road.
Well, can you imagine like a World War Hulk movie with, let's say, George Miller just doesn't do Thor 5 or Thor 5 is a Thor 5 / World War Hulk movie.
I think Thor 5 should go back to basics though. I feel like you should go back to like some fantasy, like hardcore fantasy stuff, you know.
I think Thor 5 should be like Thor from like Endgame and that kind of thing, and not just
Joe. I want Voltaire to respond to this. This is why I love you, Joe. You're my brother. But not everyone, you just act like things are fact. Not everyone loves Ruffalo's Hulk. Far from it, Joe. People love Edward Norton's Hulk. I think I could be wrong depending on who you talk to. I think the majority really like that version of the Hulk or the one early Avengers movies. And then as he went more like Professor Hulk and stuff, they're like, I mean, it's still subjective, but how do you respond to this, Voltaire? Go ahead. Go ahead, Rhea.
I think that, like, again, you're right, Max. They wrote the Hulk down towards the latter movies because if they made the Hulk as mean and tough as he really is, the Thanos thing, he would have just destroyed everybody, But I think they went too far, and he just seems too, I don't know, howdy-doody, and just it's not Hulk to me.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Cheeseman, can you check on CGH for me? Because he was supposed to have a segment at the end of the show, and I think he fell asleep. What were you going to say, Rhea, about this?
Yeah, I was wondering, how does this work with the rights still belonging to Universal?
As long as it's not a standalone Hulk movie. That's why his storylines have always been included in other stuff. I think they're okay to make it as long as that's why he made the appearance in She-Hulk. It wasn't just called Hulk; it was She-Hulk.
It's a very complicated contract. I've tried to read through it, and it's super complicated. But yeah, basically what Max is saying is correct.
It's the easiest way I could decide with the people, as long as he's not in a standalone and it's a combination movie, you know, unless something changed with the rights and now Marvel owns that too.
No,
yeah, I don't think so. I feel like if that was the case, we would have heard about
right,
it.
Degrassi, that's not entirely true. It's correct, but it's very confusing, Degrassi. It's really hard to understand how the rights work with Universal and how Marvel can use him, or how Disney can use him.
All right, well, let's look at this article here. What's going on with the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Although his adversaries, Red Hulk and the Leader, as well as his ex-girlfriend Betty Ross, are known to be in Captain America: Brave New World. That's also, yes, we have to be getting something big with Hulk, with all these other characters in his universe entering the MCU. You can't bring in the Red Hulk and do nothing with Hulk, right? That would be silly to finally bring in the Red Hulk.
You think you'd have to have a Hulk fight?
Yeah. Okay, so let me read more of this. It doesn't seem that he's going to show up in the movie, and if he does, it's likely to just be a cameo. Last time we saw him, he was still in Smart Hulk mode, but also equipped with a Hulk inhibitor device that allowed him to turn back into his regular human form. He served as a mentor to his cousin Jennifer Walters on She-Hulk. Let's hope She-Hulk comes back. I enjoyed She-Hulk. I think actually she will thrive in an Avengers type setting too.
Oh yeah, I want to see She-Hulk come back for sure.
I hope, and I like the actress. I forget her name. Okay, so let's continue here. We're also introduced to Sun Scar. I don't think you need Scar back. I don't think people like. I don't think people. I want the Young Avengers to happen, or the 30 something Avengers when they finally make the. Oh, Ray. You're not hyped for the Young Avengers.
I'm just thinking of how weird Scar looked in the
Yeah, they'd have to change that haircut. Yeah.
It looked bad. It didn't look good. It didn't look like, oh, that's a cool character I want to see again. It's like, ooh, please get him off screen. That's a bad haircut or something. Maybe he'll get a really cool haircut. I don't know. Okay,
well, that really is all it was. It was the haircut was so weird looking.
Yeah. We're likely to see him again in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. But now there are rumors, and this will not be enough for people reading the article that they said it like this. They have rumors everywhere. People are like, why are you covering it? It's rumors. I've never seen such aggressiveness towards movie talking. Like, this is fun. I would love World War Hulk movie. I would love George Miller. George Miller, we've been waiting for him to get a superhero movie forever. He was supposed to do Justice League Dark. Or back in the day, you know, he could do amazing things with a big budget. The only thing I'd be concerned with him is being too ambitious and going overboard on MCU's timeline. They want movies done out quick, you know. Sometimes some of his Mad Max movies took a long time to edit and be released. Okay, so that Marvel may be developing a World War Hulk movie with George Miller and running to direct it, and hoping to have Hulk face off with Spider-Man and the Punisher in the 4th Spider-Man film. What happened to Daredevil? Okay, so I thought
this is what is confusing to me. Didn't they say like, oh, it's going to be Ghost Rider and Mephisto? Wasn't that the rumor for Spider-Man?
I don't know what's happening with Spider-Man anymore. I
because
thought
now it's like, oh, it's going to be Hulk and Punisher. Like what?
I thought the most logical sense would be because they're bringing back Daredevil, and Daredevil was in last Spider-Man movie, to bring them back again and have them like a grounded team up against Kingpin. And then Punisher could make an appearance too. But if you're bringing Hulk and the Spider-Man, that I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not against it, but I really want to see Daredevil and Spider-Man together. I love that vibe that I got in the last. I want to see more of that for sure. And even maybe have She-Hulk make an appearance. Okay, so we actually, wow. Thank you so much, Voltaire. It's gifted 5 memberships, so we got to celebrate that. Really helps out the channel.
I like to help the people.
And keep in mind, even if you don't want to do a voice hot take, you could leave it in the community section right now. Voltaire will read it, and then the community will vote on who gets a $20 Cash App. I think we're just going to do it at the end of January now, because or when I get paid on the 20th. So, Josh, Order of Revan was gifted a membership. James M was gifted a membership. Oh no, Zeno turned on gift memberships. Oh great. Wasabi Farm was gifted a membership, and Nick from Echo Base was gifted a membership. Nice. Really appreciate that. Really helps out the show. And you just keep in mind, Voltaire is a busy guy, and he really wants the show to be a success. So please, if there's no cost, to leave it in text form, you have to be a channel member, 99 cents and above. But you could call this number free, the hotline number, and leave a voicemail, and you could be eligible for a $20 Cash App. And
the
I really want
to hotline, everyone.
Yeah,
yeah. Drunk, we won't judge.
Yeah. All right, let me bring up back. What's people's thoughts so far on this, though? What did you think about that, RJ? About what they're talking about the next Spider-Man, Hulk, and Punisher?
I don't think it's real.
Yeah. What would you think would be in the next Spider-Man? Besides Spider-Man, I know Spider-Man, but
see, it's so hard to
tell.
That's
when you phrase it that way, RJ. What is in the next Spider-Man if it's not that?
Well, it's so hard to tell because this movie has been pushed back and like they're still working.
Well, don't you want to see Kingpin is a Spider-Man villain too?
Well, yeah. Ideally, I would have liked to have seen a street level movie with Kingpin and Daredevil, but I don't think we're getting that anymore, though.
You don't?
I think because this movie's coming out right after Doomsday, so I think it's going to be like a multiverse tie-in movie.
Oh.
I think a Spider-Man with Kingpin grounded type of movie would take away some of the howdy doody Spider-Man stuff that's been going on with this Tom Holland Spider-Man. Make it more gritty.
Reyes says 29 viewers, and we only have like 11 likes. Everyone,
the video, you cowards.
25 likes. Come on, 25 likes. Do better. Well, Rhea, what do you like the Spider-Man movies, right? They're okay.
I do. So not gonna lie, No Way Home was definitely my favorite, and I don't want to say that there has to be just cameos out the wazoo all the time, but it's kind of a given that this universe is expansive with a number of characters working with each other. So I don't think that this is, cameo, salad, because this is how the universe now works. We've seen all these characters, or a lot of these characters, introduced now, and in order to see them, properly, have some sort of influence in the universe that they appear in, they have to, make an appearance where there is, conflict or need for them to appear in order to, get them off the ground and potentially get their own projects. So I think that I understand both ends, where folks would like just a standalone Spider-Man movie. I know William mentioned that, but I think we're to his unsatisfaction, but to my excitement, there is a good reason to expect, massive team ups like this that make us not, pine for just the Avengers-esque, team up movies.
Yeah. I thank you for bringing up that point, Ray. I know a lot of our movie pundit fans, like especially Joe, it doesn't need to connect. It doesn't have to have all this cameos, but the audience rewards that, and you can't deny the success that's been having. So, yes, I understand they're going to put a lot of stuff for the next Spider-Man, most likely. But my one caveat is that having Kingpin and Daredevil would be enough for me, and having Spider-Man versus Kingpin finally in a live action movie, you haven't had that yet. And he's a great villain. And D'Onofrio is one of the best superhero movie villains of all time. And he's only really been in the Daredevil TV show and Echo and Hawkeye TV shows.
And he gets his ass beat a lot in those shows.
No.
Improvement.
So I really want to see Spider-Man and Kingpin. really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to see, Voltaire, in the next Spider-Man movie? And shout out to Tom Holland. And I've been critical of Tom Holland, kind of threw a little jokey jabs at him, but I'm just congrats to him and Zendaya. I think they recently got engaged, and I love the way he's like, I might just retire and be take care of the kids, let Zendaya keep going, with her career and be supportive. I think that's really next level. I really respect him for that, because he can continue too. He can continue too, but he said that's maybe what he wants. That's awesome. RJ, what did you want to see with the next Spider-Man?
I want a street level movie.
And
I want like a back to basic Spider-Man movie.
In Voltaire, what were you going to say? What do you want to see?
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see Tom Holland at this point. I mean, the initial Tom Holland Spider-Man, the high school kid, was fun, but I think now it's time to make him a little more gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a little more grounded. So yeah, I'd like to see, I guess, street level, or I think him and the Punisher and the Kingpin and Daredevil in a movie together. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what else
I
this
agree,
says.
Bruce. They should just recast Tom Holland, but they're not going to do it.
I don't think they recast. He's liked, and when you're doing these movies where you have a lot of cameos, I think he's the best Spider-Man for it, because he's not a bad actor, but he's not the best Spider-Man actor.
He's not hated either. He's new.
No.
Yeah.
So I think go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, I think there's good reason to lean more on the street level optimistic side, because now that Holland's Spider-Man or Peter Parker is no longer affiliated with the Avengers and having access to all this technology, and I think we saw him sewing his own costume or suit there. Yeah, I can totally see how that would work, and that makes me excited too.
Sure. Let me see here. The World War Hulk rumor began with a Production Weekly listing that claims Marvel plans to get the film into production by the end of 2025. World of Reels sources told them these plans are not official yet, but Marvel was indeed hoping to put World War Hulk on the fast track. I don't think it's just going to be called that. I think it's going to be called something else in World War Hulk, like they did Ragnarok. Mark Ruffalo is set to come back in the titular role, and his character will have a very busy year, as this coming February, Captain America Brave New World will set up World War Hulk for him. And a few months later, Thunderbolts will be the connecting branch for the character's solo MCU movie. They added that Chris Hemsworth set up a meeting between Furiosa director George Miller and Marvel Kevin Feige, putting the Mad Max franchise creator, who was attached to make a Justice League movie about 15 years ago in the running to direct either World War Hulk or Thor 5. Miller has previously said if he is an MCU fan and watches all the movies. That's awesome. We got the hot mic in here as well. Were you able to catch this latest episode, Rhea? I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was great. Okay.
Other than the LA
sure
stuff, and
because
Voltaire, I really hope you're okay down south, and you're nice and safe, and and healthy and all that.
Yeah. All right. So Rational Skeptic also asked, do you want to see The Amazing Spider-Man 3 or a fourth Tobey Spider-Man?
Why not both?
I would like to see both too. Yes, thank Rational for the $2. I would probably prefer Andrew Garfield getting a third movie, because what they've teased at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with that Rhino was horrendous. And I would like them to see them bring it back. I think they should just erase that deleted scene. I mean, the extra scene. That was horrible, that Rhino. And people are complaining about the Kraven Rhino. And I'm like, did you see the Amazing Spider? People actually had this argument with me. I'm like, it's still better than the Amazing Spider-Man Rhino. I don't know.
That was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
What, the Amazing Spider-Man Rhino?
Yeah, the Tom Garfield or the Andrew Garfield Rhino.
Yeah. So Rhea actually saw Kraven. She said I should see it, give it a shot. I'm looking forward to see it. Probably on rental though.
God bless you, Rhea, for going.
No, she enjoyed it.
Or Netflix has been getting the Sonyverse stuff, right? Because
I think so.
Yes, yeah, they have
Yeah.
a deal with Sony. Yeah.
RJ,
Yeah,
did
so
you get
you
to
can
see it?
Which one?
Craven.
No, I've not seen Craven yet. No.
Okay, I want to give it a fair shot. The expectations are low, honestly, and that's not a bad thing. That means you could just go and enjoy it. You know, you don't have all these high expectations. I don't think it's going. I like the actor. What's his name from? What was that movie he was in?
Bullet Train, and he was also very good in
Kick-Ass.
the Nosferatu movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was very
Oh yeah,
good.
Nosferatu is great. Go watch it. It's really
He was
good.
very good in it.
All right. So let's get to the hot mic part of this. I could have video form. I don't know if what video would be better. I don't know where on the timestamp, so we'll just read it here. From what I hear from a very strong source, look at that, a very strong source. I had lunch with them in the business, and then you could do the Roca part, Rhea. Like, oh, a very strong source, Rhea. I may or may not have had lunch with them in the business. The plan for the new Spider-Man movie was Spider-Man fighting the Hulk with the Punisher. So it was going to be very ground-based, but he was going to fight the Hulk because Marvel wants to move away from the intelligent Hulk we saw in the Avengers movies and make him much more of the brutish Hulk, the violent, the rage Hulk.
Oh, I
And
hope so.
it seems to be the approach they want to go in. Roca doesn't know if Spider-Man 4 has changed, but they apparently the plan at some point. Shout out to Roca, because people just see Jeff is the guy that has sources now. Roca's been delivering sources lately, which is a change from when they started this series, because I watched it way back too. Now Roca's getting sources, so shout out to him. I want. Oh, I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Do you want Smart Hulk or Brutal Hulk? What do they say here? Rage Hulk. Smart Hulk or Rage Hulk in the MCU? I'm going to start a poll because I know Joe is like, everything's fine here with Hulk. Everyone likes Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo's the best.
Right, I'm crazy for not liking Mark Ruffalo.
I like him personally. I have no issues with him.
No, I mean Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. Sorry, I should say.
Yeah, I just think he's slightly above average Hulk, honestly. Do you want in the MCU? And I please vote in the polls. And that's why you should be subscribed with the notification bell on so you can vote in polls. Smart Hulk. Rage Hulk. I'm interested to see. I think people are going to go with Rage
Savage Hulk.
Whatever. Same thing.
Savage Hulk, yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested to see. I'm assuming people are going to
Actually,
say.
you know what they could do? They could do Maestro.
Maestro. Yeah. That's what CGH has been talking about. I don't really understand. What can you explain, Maestro?
It's basically what if Hulk was really smart and became psychotic and took over the world.
I like the psychotic part. I don't like. I don't really like the. I mean, is it superficial? Just want like a Hulk, like or a Frankenstein-like character to be kind of
super
dumb and violent.
He's also super intelligent. And he's crazy. Like
it's very stereotypical to have a character be like that. Like the bigger, the more violent you are. The not
maybe
like
down the road, Maestro Hulk, but they need to have a good run of like Angry Hulk, like kicking ass.
Well, especially Hulk gets his mojo back, like Stella, you get a groove back. Hulk's gonna get his groove back after Thanos power slammed him in Infinity War. That really, that was a great moment. I love that moment. But since then, he hasn't really found his groove. You know what I mean? In the Avengers or in the movies since then. Besides
like powers.
Did that happen after Ragnarok? I can't remember. So that's where I feel like he kind of lost the step, is when Thanos power slammed him. So, all right. So that's what we're hearing about. I do think George Miller, I would put it 75%. I think if Hemsworth wants George Miller after the success they had with Furiosa, I know it wasn't extremely financially successful, but artistically and collaborative, I do think you're not only going to see George Miller direct Chris Hemsworth in the next Thor movie, but in multiple Chris Hemsworth projects. I think, Like
they
the
would do
sky's the
well to
limit with
get
that
him.
collaboration.
Yeah,
It
that would be
makes
great.
sense. It's a big name for your movie. It also is a big vibe change from Taika Waititi. And no shade to Taika Waititi, but Chris Hemsworth dropped him like he's hot.
Yeah.
He Ragnarok was a big success for both of them. And that really changed his career. I mean, Chris Hemsworth had a career before that, but it was really Ragnarok that really...
But also think about how hard it is to hit on Furiosa, coming off of Fury Road, which was such a massive success and beloved movie. Furiosa was like doomed to fail. Like you didn't have the same actors, and he made it work. Like you got to give him a lot of credit for that. He's everybody should be trying to hire him.
Yeah. Let me get some more tea here. I'm not spilling any. I'm just drinking it. Not Grace. I love when she says spill the tea. She hasn't done that in a while. It's very disappointing.
He's drinking tea.
It's late. I can't be drinking. That's as much caffeine as I can have this late at night.
I like Roka's show, Spill the Tequila.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that show, Spill the Tequila. Okay,
yeah, he
cool.
has Geek Buddies, Hot Mic, Spill the Tequila. Yeah, he has a really solid, content panel of friends and folks that he hosts. Yeah, a big fan.
Okay, cool. I'll check that out. Donovan Martin's on X right now. So I want to share this to see if I can make sense of this. He is upset about false narratives in the DCU. So I'm going to try. This is a wall of text, Donovan. I love you, bro. But wow.
Do we have to read this?
I'm going to read as much as I can. It is quite crazy, the false narratives that are going around of people convincing themselves that Reeves versus Batman should or needs to be in the DCU for it truly to succeed. But when we look at logic, it makes no sense. I'm not going to read all this, Donovan. Go check out Donovan on X. First, Patterson's Batman is in his second year. He's really done a lot of thought about this. This is how you use... Actually, I'm not following you yet. I'll follow you. Okay. Within the world of the detective crime fighting, meanwhile, in Creature Commandos, it was established that Batman was able to touch phosphorus 15 years ago. Meaning, this may have spoilers in it. Meaning, this Batman within the already living and breathing DCU has been around for 15 years. And I get that people will push back on the silhouette of Batman we see, knowing that a final design hasn't been committed on yet. But there's a clear distinction that the DCU Batman looks big and buff when the Reeves Batman is more ripped, but on the slimish side. Okay, so Donovan there's a lot of pushback from people that don't want Reeves Batman to come in. I understand that. But if James Gunn wants to do it, give it a shot. It's still not necessarily going to happen. Have you seen any criticisms about bringing? There's a lot that want Pattinson in there. Have you seen a lot of pushback? Like, I know some people like, don't talk about this. Don't bring it. It's not possible. It's not possible. I just don't. Me personally, my pet peeve is I don't understand where movie fans, especially what we've seen with the MCU accomplish and Star Wars 2, like, that's not possible, and put that in their mind. Like, they block it out. They just box it, and this is never going to happen. I'm like, some interesting and fun things have happened in entertainment. Why not? Why not consider it? If there's a good way to do it, why not? But have you seen a lot of pushback on this personally? RJ, Rhea, Voltaire, what's your thoughts on people not wanting Matt Reeves, Batman, and Pattinson to come into James Gunn's universe?
RJ, do you want to go first?
I guess so. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's more so a preference thing that people just want there to be separation, just because they would like it to be separate, just as a preferential thing, just because, hey, it's more grounded, it's more realistic, it's a little bit more getting down nitty gritty kind of thing. It's just a lot more adult, so keep it separate, because if you add in all this fantastical stuff, it kind of takes away from that grittiness that it has. I mean, I'm fine either way. I can take it either or. My only caveat would be, I feel like if you do merge it with the DCU, you're not going to get a fully established Bat family. You have to take it one character at a time, and it'd be kind of slow. Like, I'd like to see Red Hood, Batgirl, Damian Wayne, Spoiler, Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, like a bunch of different characters that we just couldn't probably get right away if you merged it. So But I'm fine either way. Whatever they do, I'm cool with it. You know,
Well,
I still think it's gonna happen though. I feel like they got their plan.
Here's what I'm gonna make myself bigger for this. If you trust Matt Reeves and you really like what he's doing with the Penguin, and you don't want anything to impact it, if you're on that angle of the criticism, that you don't want anything to diminish what the big Batman crime saga, look at Matt Reeves' statements on there. He said he's okay with it as long as it doesn't interfere with his storytelling. So if that's the reason you're
he said it has to make sense.
Yeah, it has to make sense. And also he said I'm doing my thing here as long as it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing. So if he could say that, if he's creating his universe, and
I think that's his way of being very gently saying no.
I don't think so.
I think that was his way of saying no.
I completely disagree. I completely disagree. I think that's his way of show me the money. It has to make sense, and it can't interfere with I'm doing it. And then if my Batman is in your movie, I get producer credits on every project that he's in.
Have you seen Creature Commandos?
No, I didn't finish it.
Okay. So there's a whole thing about how it's established Dr. Phosphorus had his accident, Return to Dr. Phosphorus 15 years ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The way they set it up, that Batman in the DCU has been around for at least a good 10 years or so, maybe. Like, he's been around for a while, and he looks big. So I'm just saying, I think they've already committed to their plan of what they want their Batman to be. I just don't think it fits. Doesn't mean they can't change their mind, but I'm saying as of right now, I think it's a hard no. I don't think they're doing anything with it.
I don't think it's a hard no. Okay. Larry says RJ is correct. Okay. I think they're seriously considering it. I really do. But okay.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I just think right now it's a no. I don't think it's.
I like Degrassi calling me a lunkhead. This is all you lunkheads are going to be talking about the next 3 years. Max has already squeezed a week out of based solely on ambiguities. That's right. That's right, Degrassi. I'm okay with it. Okay with
but
it. Okay,
Batman,
CJH, I will give you a link in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I think Batman in the DCU is so far off anyway. It's gonna be a while before they even get to the whole Batman, like what the Batman in the DCU is gonna even look like or be like. They're letting all the other characters take a moment to get some spotlight. And I think that's for the best. Let Batman take a break for a little bit.
Isn't Pattinson Batman supposed to be year 2 Batman in that movie?
Yes, he's year 2. He's in his second year. Yeah.
And isn't this? We don't know what the Superman is, but he's not. It's not an origin.
He's been around for at least a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right. Okay, so we're just going to do some good news, real quick topics, and then I will send the link to CJH, which I do not know what he's going to do. Hashtag blame CJH.
Conspiracy theories.
Hashtag blame CJH. I don't know what he's bringing to the table tonight. I wanted to cover this. This is a new image from the live action How to Train Your Dragon remake. I really like the series. I know my nieces and nephews do. Any thoughts on this image? The costuming looks legit. They look nice. I don't know. I don't see Toothless in this image, but Toothless, from what I've seen, look pretty good too. What's your excitement level for the live action How to Train Your Dragon remake?
10 out of
10. 10. You're at a 10. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm at a 7. I want it to be good. I don't know if there's going to be enough there to pull me in. I'm not against live action remakes. I'm not sure if
it's from the same director who did all 3 of the animated movies.
Okay. So
that's why for me, like, I'm actually interested because it is the guy who did the animated movies coming in and do the live action version. They're not getting someone else. It's like he's taking care of it, you know.
What are these characters' names again? I can't remember.
It's Hiccup and Astrid.
Hiccup and Astrid. What do you think of Hiccup and Astrid here?
They look like Hiccup and Astrid. I mean,
okay.
There you go. What's the budget for the CGI and everything in the movie like this?
I don't know.
This is a good steal because it expresses their personalities pretty well. Like this photo, like
sure,
yeah. Hiccup is like still like kind of like uncertain when he in the first movie of stepping up to be a Viking, and Astrid's just like gung ho about it. And
Yeah, she's
like,
got the axe ready. Look how she's sold that. Look how Astrid's holding that axe. That looks legit. And she is a great actress. I really enjoyed her. I think she was in the beginning of Last of Us.
Yeah, she played Sarah in the Last of Us.
She's Tandy Newton's kid, I think.
Yes.
Oh, that girl in the Last of Us.
Yeah, she's very Sarah. Good. Yeah, she's Sarah.
She's a nepo baby. Okay, it's okay. I'm not against nepo.
Important to point that out.
Yeah. Okay, so this looks fun. Thought I'd bring that up real quick. See what else is there. Is some really cool stuff happening. I am getting so sick of my friends saying Xbox is dead. I'm so sick of it. Just wait. No, go. Okay, well, what? Sony fanboy, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it is interesting that the revenue for Xbox is so down for a game like Marvel Rivals, where it's like the biggest game on the planet right now, and like no one's played it on Xbox. That is kind of weird to me.
I am excited that you're going to be able to get in Rhea. You might consider buying the Master Chief Collection if it's on Switch 2. Maybe.
I've never played Halo, as sacrilegious as that sounds to a lot of people.
No. So would you consider buying a Switch 2 game that's brought to you by Microsoft with one of their IPs if it's in a Switch 2 cartridge?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That makes it a lot more accessible to me.
Yes.
Actually, there's even bigger news than Halo. That's more important.
What?
Did you see that one of the most credible leakers out there, Nate the Hate, said that Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to Switch 2 and Rebirth is coming to Switch 2?
Yeah, Switch 2 is I've been hearing a lot.
Well, they're also coming to Xbox, but let's be fair, everyone's going to play it on Switch 2. So
you know why is remember Rhea knows about this, the Switch tax. People buy physical media on Switch way more so than PlayStation or Xbox. Forget about it. People really don't.
Well, I think it's because Nintendo has preserved and protected physical media really well. Like they've really invested in. You get the whole experience in the cart. There's no downloads or anything. Like I think Nintendo has done a lot to preserve physical media compared to everybody else, honestly.
Yeah. I think it's very enticing as a collector too, that honestly, if you think about the Xbox One physical disc of Master Chief Collection, or if you think about the PS5 or the Switch 2 physical edition, it's so cool to be able to buy those on another platform, and their sales are going to be pretty good. Mm-hmm. A lot of these titles, like Rhea, you should play Halo. It's that good of a first-person shooter. I know it's not your favorite genre, but it's also got a lot of fun multiplayer. It's really good. Mm-hmm. Really good.
I'm going to be super curious how Rebirth and Remake Final Fantasy VII play on Switch 2, because from what they were saying, Switch 2 is going to be probably as powerful as like a PS4 Pro. So Remake will be able to run just fine. It'll probably run equivalent to the PS4 version way back when. Rebirth is a PS5 exclusive, and that's a very demanding game from a tech perspective. Like that game is like super demanding and like really advanced. So I'm just curious how it's going to run on Xbox and Switch 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I can tell that Nintendo never really stepped into or really went on board with the whole streaming concept. Like they dipped their toe in it and kind of did some market testing for it for Kingdom Hearts, and I forget the other game that was like Japan exclusive that they
which I'm still sad that Kingdom Hearts was a streaming release, because I feel like those games could have ran on the hardware just fine. I don't know why they did that, but it is what it is.
Yeah, the reason I bring that up is there is hope for the Switch 2 to have them made native on a cartridge and being able to play without any sort of Wi-Fi connection. So at least that's what I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm. All right. We have 2 voicemails too. So CGH will probably leave the voicemails for when CGH is here. But according to Nate the Hate, this is just what RJ was saying. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth are coming to Xbox and Switch 2. This is a good thing because Xbox is putting their games on Sony, it's not like Sony's not doing the same. You know, this isn't Sony.
Is a third party.
Yeah, this is third party.
This is Square Enix.
But you might see. I'm saying you might see Sony products come over to Xbox too, potentially. Some of them.
Yeah. Well, the first year for Switch is going to be crucial. They've really got to make sure that for the first year of Switch 2, they got to have some pretty heavy hitter games on there. So this is a good sign. Rational
Skeptic, $5. Lenovo, Asus, and Valve are making mini PC-like consoles that boot directly to Steam OS, and they will advertise it running Xbox and PS exclusives. Yeah, I think anyone that thinks that Microsoft is just done doesn't know how things can change. You know, they all they have to do. What if the Halo game After Infinite's really good? After Infinite's gone really quiet. They got top tier talent to fix Halo Infinite at the end. It was struggling. They got to be doing something next. You know, that launching the next one. Maybe, you know, we'll get the Switch 2. We're going to get a lot of. I'm also looking forward to the Switch 2 actually being officially announced, because then you're going to.
I know. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know what they're
PlayStation. I've never hate watched so many videos in my life. I'm like, damn it, Nintendo. It's like really, this advertising campaign's pissed me off. It's like, is this intentional to not say anything and let things leak this much? Because they said they actually released a video saying Game Boy Lego coming in October of 2025. I'm like, really? You released that? But they're saying next week now. Now, if it is next week,
the rumor is next Friday, but
next Friday. Okay, if that happens, RJ Rhea, if you're available, we got to talk about it, because I know you.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Because I want to get Rhea's thoughts when it's officially announced. She did a few videos with me, and she's like, "Really, Max? We're going to talk about this?" I don't remember. Did you actually mute the word Switch?
I didn't. I was being hyperbolic.
Okay.
It's yeah, like I said, it's just a little exhausting, and I scroll right past a lot of the leak stuff, so I don't have to read the captions.
I'm just surprised that they've waited as long as they have, all things considered. Like, they must have something planned for the reveal, like, as to why it's taking as long as it is, but it's got to be this month. It has to be this month.
What do you think would be the launch title?
I think, well, I think it'll be 2 games. I think one will definitely be Metroid Prime 4. I think it's going to be a day and date game with Switch and Switch 2. The other one, like a true exclusive, I think it might be Mario Kart. I really do think it's looking like it's going to be Mario Kart.
I'll be happy, but I think they're just going to be Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is going to be the kart racer at launch.
I don't think so.
I think you push Mario Kart 9 next year.
It's either going to be Mario Kart 9 or the next 3D Mario as the launch game. I think it's more likely Mario Kart. I just got a feeling.
We're almost ready for your takeover.
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a good look for you, CJH.
Yeah, I like it. I like the look. Yeah. Okay.
I got my new merch.
New merch on.
This is very Prime Minister Poivreau look, as opposed to
two tickets for the movie I don't like, please. That is very funny. Okay, so this is really funny because Metroid Prime 4 has had, you could pre-order on Amazon forever. Now they're canceling the pre-orders, including by the time you could actually put this order in, it was Nintendo's previous price point. So that's why they're canceling the pre-order.
Well,
no pre-order guarantee.
There's something weird going on with Nintendo and Amazon, because for whatever reason you can no longer pre-order their games anymore.
No,
through Amazon.
I assume, RJ, that this is because the new price point, and when you put these pre-orders in, when they announced Metroid Prime 4, it was still early on in the Switch era, where every game was $60. They want to charge $70 for Metroid Prime 4. I mean, it's possible there's also issues with Nintendo. I agree that there's possibility of that, but
that's confirmed that there is something going on between Amazon and Nintendo. That's a for sure thing.
Okay, but that's my thoughts on to why they're actually canceling the Metroid. That's really, there's no pre-order guarantees whatsoever. Screw you, Amazon, Best Buy. if I actually did, I think I actually did put a Metroid Prime 4 pre-order in. I actually did. Actually, you cancel my pre-order when I have where's the pre-order price guarantee, Amazon? I should be getting my Metroid Prime 4 for $59.99. I'm actually upset about this. Ray, do you have any takes on this? Why are they doing this now?
Price.
Oh, so there was an issue with Mighty Number 9, 3DS version. Obviously, it never came out, and folks were holding on to their pre-orders for years and years since their crowdfunding campaign closed. And yeah, folks had their pre-orders canceled, and it was less about them knowing the game would never come out, and just like how Amazon just like abruptly handled that situation. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it, kind of like the blowback of people who ultimately never get their pre-orders.
I wonder what the legal part of this is as a consumer against these companies, Voltaire, with a pre-order. I guess there's not a guarantee when you do a pre-order. I don't know.
I mean, I have to read the terms of service when you do a pre-order, but they don't charge your credit card or anything.
No, they don't.
No, they only charge when it ships.
Okay, so I get they're probably okay.
Yeah, I don't see where it would be a problem.
Oh, I wanted to create a problem. Darn it.
They just ruin people's hope. That's all.
Yeah. All right. Here's a new image. There's not too much. Don't worry, CJH. We'll get to you. There's not too much here on X, but this is another mock-up of how they think this almost like a mouse type movement on the Joy-Cons.
It's their guess. Yeah, it's their guess about what's going on.
I don't know if I mean, I'm open to it. I don't know if I like that or not, though. This is how they're guessing that Metroid. Oh, poor, I'll get the music down. Metroid Prime 4, the movement there, motion sensor, and then
this looks like the Lenovo Steam Deck.
Well, there's a button. So on the right Joy-Con, there's a button above the share button that like nobody knows what that button is. That button right there. No, like it's rumored to be called the C button, but like nobody has any clue what that button does. Like it's like
people says capture or connect. I thought it was connect.
Well, no, because the capture button is underneath that button. But that's a brand new button.
My hope was Rhea's bringing out her Switch.
Oh no, I had to verify. Wait, do I have that button? No.
Yeah, it's a brand new button above the capture button.
I was hoping that my hope was that you didn't even have to dock the console and you could just have the console in hand and cast it to the TV. Like you're on your iPhone, you're watching a YouTube video and it says cast.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with the Nintendo, there's always a gimmick. There's always got to be something that differentiates their last console from the new one. So I think the Switch 2 has to have a couple different gimmicks. The mouse thing with like the optical connection where like it'll act like a mouse. Mm-hmm. That is definitely one of them I could see them doing for sure. That one seems very likely. I'm just trying to think of like what else like maybe a camera. Do we know if there's gonna be a camera option at all? Maybe they could do a camera.
I'm hoping it's the motion sensors functions better. Well, not with the sensor part. I still don't know what that button. That was my guess.
Well, because they definitely upgraded the Joy-Cons. They're all magnetic now. The trigger buttons are a lot bigger. They seem like they actually upgraded the Joy-Cons pretty well.
Well, something Degrassi, something that Nintendo content creators have found out is that they have a patent on AI upscaling. So it doesn't, it can upscale to 4K output, I'm guessing, on the dock part. So even like
they've been taught all the
even baby Switch 1 era games have the potential, if this is accurate, to have AI upscaling for previous generation games to 4K. That would be pretty legit. Like what if the next generation of games is you don't have to natively get your games to that fidelity. There's an AI automated solution that upgrades you to that would be, look, you make the games for the most diverse platform so it's playable on everything, and then an AI solution takes over and it makes the fidelity high end. So like, how you have to pay for remasters, and AI could do that now. I don't want people to lose their jobs, but remasters though, an AI solution for remasters and upscaling, that would be legit. That's what I'm hearing from Nintendo is that, and that's why also you may still have the games on the cards. the cards only can hold so much, even the next gen cards probably. But if you have an AI upscaling solution to really take it to that, wow, it's possible. I think it's possible. We've seen what AI has done so far. I do use AI sometimes. I will admit it.
Rational with this PC talk. No one cares.
You know, elsewhere I benefited from AI when I was doing eBay selling. I was like, oh, let me make this description snappy. AI, boom. Or some shorts. It does make life easy.
Here's the thing. The hardware talk is all great, but honestly, I don't even care about that. I care about what kind of games are they going to announce? What kind of games am I going to get? Like what's the launch year look like for Switch 2? That's what I'm interested in. What kind of games we're getting?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the games are what's important. We're almost there. Oh, go ahead.
Before we get into next topic, I just wanted to show CJH my mug.
Oh,
aww,
that's great.
Yeah.
You're one of the few lucky people who purchased an original CJH mug.
Yes.
Oh, is it no longer available?
He's upgraded the mugs, I think, now. CJH, you have to put a link to your merch store. Wait. He's like, wait.
I gotta say, oh, nice.
This was the most practical thing I could find that I would actually use.
Yeah. I have the hat. I have it somewhere. I know where I got to find it. I got to find my head's really big in it, though. It's not your fault that my head's just, it's not, Canada doesn't prepare for this massive American melon, noggin, right? Okay, so here is an image from Jonathan Bailey and Gareth Edwards' Jurassic World Rebirth.
Does anyone else find it weird with this movie that they're not showing any of the dinosaurs, like at all?
You need to. I don't think you really need to.
They're going back to formula, RJ.
CJH is the Jurassic Park expert.
Where are the dinosaurs? I'm just seeing people in the.
I don't need to see them unless it's
because
something
it's
new.
Like they're taking inspiration from Jaws.
Oh, look, there's
the movie.
Shark.
Yeah, there's the Samir. Show us the damn dinos already. We're not in it for the human interest
Don't-
story. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
I am in it for the human interest story.
I love that second comment. What's that second comment say?
In Jaws, you don't see the shark until the end. That's what they're going for.
Okay.
You see the shark partially.
I just want the Chris Pratt wave handing or hand waving. I said wave handing. Hand waving to stop. You will not attack me, Raptors and T-Rex. With everyone standing behind.
No, you love that.
It's the dumbest thing. It takes all the tension out of it.
You love Chris Pratt.
By the way, I want to say
what made you feel safe.
Stand Behind Me is the last Jurassic Park movie. Everyone that's ever been in a Jurassic Park movie, stand behind me, behind a truck. I will wave my hand and we will be fine.
I love how the
Chris Pratt makes people feel safe.
I love how the second comment says, "Let's go. I'll be rooting for you to end DC."
Why? What is the point of that?
The John NDC. I don't think Jurassic
Fever. CGH wants. He wants the Dino takeover. That's what he said.
I don't know if people have Jurassic Fever would actually be a good plot for the next one. To actually like a fever to
like the
take over the humans and the dinos take
but with dinosaurs.
Yeah, but sort of like the first Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Jurassic Fever. Jurassic Fever. No, that would make it better. Make it really horror. Not really horror, but general public horror. A Jurassic Fever has taken place. The age of the dinosaurs is upon us.
So
there's new illnesses and stuff. Do it in a careful way. You have to manage that carefully. But I would love that storyline. Yeah.
So this movie is taking inspiration from Jaws, where we don't see the dinosaur, and it's all psychological up until the end.
I would agree with you to a point, CJH, but since every movie before it, part of the reason Jaws worked is there wasn't really a very popular shark movie before that. But if you had a lot of shark movies where they show the shark consistently and then you tried to do it in Jaws, I don't think it would work as much. So if they did that where you barely see the dinos in this movie, I think it's going to fail.
Yeah, people want to see dinosaurs. They don't want to see.
But what do you think of this actor? They've been talking about him for Bruce Wayne too. This actor.
He's doing Chris Evans. You know what I mean? Like someone like
Oh,
it's
like
giving the vibe.
Timu, Chris Evans.
Timu Chris Evans. There you
Timu
go.
Chris Evans. Oh no. I think he looks legit. I wouldn't buy him as Jonathan Bailey.
He was just in Wicked, wasn't he?
Yeah, Jonathan Bailey's getting around. He's one of the big movie stars now. I think he was in also a very popular Netflix series where it's he makes people very thirsty, as from what I hear in that series. I forget what his show is called.
Oh wait, I'm a fan of his.
That's what clicked it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that series called?
Series? Oh, I'm just saying Wicked. Yeah,
and Wicked. Oh, Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant from the Netflix series I was talking about. I forget what it's called. He made, I think that's where he got popular first. All right. Let me see here. This is what I'm talking about. RJ, if you see this, are you going to consider buying these? Coming to PS5, you see the PS5 blue clamshell or blue, case with Microsoft on it, Gears of War, Hellblade, Senua's Service 1 and 2, Gears of War Ultimate, Master Chief Collection, and Terrea. Sure. I'm thinking of Rare Replay on the Switch with an added game, Diddy Kong Racing, and Rare Replay. Because I don't think they could have done that before, but now that they're on a Nintendo console, Microsoft and Nintendo, please re-release Rare Replay on the Switch 2 with Diddy Kong Racing. Oh my God. No, this
I'm
no games
though,
on
because
Xbox.
I own an Xbox, so like for me, like I can already play these games, so it's not much. But I do think
as a collector, it's a moment for a collector.
I guess as a collector, yeah, it's a bit different. Yeah,
I might buy these physically, and I could play them too on Game Pass. But this is just such a moment,
Yeah, and I think that nowadays, although it may be in the distant future, there is a realistic threat for games being delisted.
Yeah,
and physical media, kind of takes care of that. I think that's an all new facet of the conversation, the delisting aspect of it. So unless folks are, not too concerned about it, if they have it on, download it on their hardware or whatever. But for a lot of folks, it is a point of contention too with that, or to advocate for a physical media edition.
Sure. That's my most wanted though with Microsoft doing this. Good points there, Rhea. Is Rare Replay, Switch version, physical card, all those games. Add Diddy Kong Racing, and you can even add GoldenEye because they recently released it again on Xbox and Switch. It would be amazing. Yeah, but there is still a market for people that want to collect these physically, and I'm very happy that people are going to get to enjoy these games that haven't before. It's a no lose scenario for me.
To be fair though, it's not confirmed that these are coming to PlayStation. It's just a mock-up of what they could look like if they did.
Yeah, I think this is accurate though. Yes, this is still a rumor. Jez Corden, I actually follow Jez Corden. What's the Xbox podcast he's on? I forget. I used to watch it all the time. Xbox 2 or something, I forget. But yes. Oh, here we go. This is the announcement of the night, and then we'll get to CGH. But this might be, you might be happy about the CGH. Jedi Power Battles. You can now play as Jar Jar Binks. Now playable. Boy, that looks awful. It doesn't have the charm of other PS1 graphics. That game was bad.
I didn't know this was a real game.
It's bad.
This game existed.
Some PS1 graphics have some charm, and I love the Phantom Menace, but okay, so you can play.
I honestly had no clue this game was even a thing.
Ooh, new look at Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's vampire thriller Sinners. One of my most anticipated. This is the Blade that we get pretty much until Mahershala Ali and Marvel and Feige figure it out. Looks amazing. That's a great screenshot too. See when you show this, like when they showed the screenshot of a new image of Cornswood of Superman, I was hoping it'd be something fresh. Not like this is fresh. This is a great look. I can't wait for this movie. I'm definitely seeing this in theaters. All right. What do you think of it, Voltaire? What do you think of this? What is Mark Zuckerberg doing? He thinks he's a cool guy now. Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, CJ, you said red pilled.
He says red pilled as Perp is right now.
Perp is not red pilled.
He is so.
Oh,
RJ
really?
can confirm.
Really? RJ doesn't.
Zuck wants to be Jack Harlow so bad.
Oh, really? This he's also changed. He also really was critical of the last president's administration, saying they were trying to make him take down everything, and then he declined, and then they were investigating Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on this, Voltaire?
I mean, it's very interesting that he came out now and decided to say this. You know,
he's trying to revitalize. I think he's trying to revitalize Facebook. He wants to be the next Elon
So
Light.
much for Metaverse.
He wants to be Elon Light. What do you mean so much for Metaverse?
No one uses the VR.
Oh, okay.
But he's wearing a gold chain and a medallion now. Like, this is an interesting.
Yeah, he's really trying to rebrand, not just Facebook. He's trying to rebrand himself. He wants to be a dude, bro.
Yeah.
Is he gonna change it to Facebook again?
I think it could use another rebrand.
I think the people who use Facebook like it just fine. If people as called Facebook,
He's going to attach himself to a politician for 2028 and try to be the next Elon. He sees what influence Elon has.
it's shocking how many people still use Facebook worldwide. It's shocking. You'd be shocked.
The Facebook groups are where it's really at for me.
Mm-hmm.
I actually am going to watch this. I'm going to watch this interview though. I'm going to check it out to see what he has to say. Okay, let's move on from that. I just thought that was like, really? Zuckerberg on Rogan? Very interesting. Okay. Yes, look at this. I'm so getting the Master Chief collection. Rhea, switch to, if it happens, I will get your Master Chief collection on physical Switch card.
Oh, I mean, that won't be necessary. I'll probably pick it up. I was thinking of, you know how Sega obviously was a console producer for the longest time, and we started to see these proprietary titles that were once on previous consoles released on, like, you know, GameCube, then PS2, PS3 onward. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of get that initial shock feeling of, wow, this is a Microsoft title.
Yeah, and you know what? Sega's
branding.
And Sega, honestly, that's a great scenario, great way to show analogy. Yes, thank you, CJH or Voltaire, who said that. Rhea, but because yes, this is like when Sega transitioned to being a third party, and you know what? Sega now is much better I love the Dreamcast, but the Dreamcast wasn't a huge success. Well, it wasn't a huge success to fans. It was, but it wasn't very prolific just on Sega's part. It was more because of Capcom. You know, so Sega's actually probably got a better spot in video games now than they did when they had their last console. And the amount of IP that people haven't tried just because it's been locked to the Xbox consoles is pretty massive. If Halo Master Chief Collection does come to the PS5 and Switch, I hope there's some cross-play at least from the Xbox and PS5. That would be great to get people playing Halo against PlayStation users. I don't think that's going to be possible against all three, though. Maybe. But I'm very happy about this. Okay.
Who'd have ever thought we'd live in a world where Halo goes to PS5?
That's great, though. You might get a PS5 if I convince you. Voltaire, would you pick this up?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Is it a shoot?
I'll have to send it to you. I'll have to send it to you.
You have to send me it. It's fine. Thank you. But yeah.
Do you think, kind of an offshoot of that question, but do you think Sony would be interested enough to explore making additional hardware enhancements to the PS Portal to make it so you can download your games to native hardware and play them on the go? And that would include being able to connect to Wi-Fi and play with other PS5 and Microsoft in Steam and yada yada players, PC players.
Upgrade the portal?
Yeah.
I'd like them. I don't know what I would think the options for the portal are kind of more limited. I would maybe like them to do a Portal 2 and make that. I don't think the Portal now, like an firmware upgrade or stuff, is going to have that happen. I think the Portal was an experiment to see if they want to get back into the handheld market. And honestly, I think they're going to do that over another VR set, which is unfortunate because I have my VR over there because I wanted to do both. But I think for the Portal 2, yes. And then this is the last thing, and then we'll do the CGH takeover. Crawl 2. I love the first Crawl. Did you see Crawl, Rhea? Voltaire? RJ?
I had no idea there was a Crawl 1.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
it's
I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, Ryan Zieverfett doesn't like it. I said to watch it, he's like, that was a horrible movie, Max. I'm never taking your movie recommendations. It is good. It's like Jaws with alligators, you know? So it says here that Crawl 2, Alexandra Aja officially returns to direct the sequel Crawl 2, which is rumored to explore the urban legend of gators in the shores of New York. Nice. I want to see that. Okay. Now it's time, CJH. The blame CJ. Let me
call
see.
you out.
You're calling me out. That's the show.
That's the first. No, that is not the show. But the first thing I gotta do is call you out.
Call me out.
Oh, you say he called you out in a very Canadian manner. Call you out.
Are you stealing content?
Oh my God!
Stealing content? What? Oh, you mean thumbnails?
Ideas?
Huh?
Are you taking ideas from me?
Not intentionally.
Yes.
I should try. Now that you say it, I should look at your channel more, and I will. Yes. Yeah. Why? Which one? About what? The Hulk? What?
The Hulk.
The Hulk?
I just released one.
Well, we do both cover current topics now, so it's bound to happen. Okay.
But you mentioned groups. I'm gonna do little was it sponsor?
You have a sponsor. Okay.
So my group, Star Wars group, I'm sharing right now.
Okay, let me bring this up here. Star Wars
This is
fans
on
Unleashed. I
Facebook?
remember this.
Yes.
Whoa, you created this and it's got 18.2 members?
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome. Congrats.
Oh wow!
Too
Well
bad
done.
you don't cover Star Wars anymore.
No, too bad.
I'm just kidding, CJ. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
No, I need to go in. So the Zuckerberg there, the dude bro that wants to go on the Rogan podcast. You're still having success on Facebook. That's great. All right, I'm gonna join so I can be part of the hive. Or
CJ, I was gonna say experiment, but the CJ experience.
Okay.
Ooh. I don't know how dual streaming works with Facebook, but yeah, if that were an option, that would be amazing for you.
It is in StreamYard, I think. Yeah. You just have to add your Facebook destination. Okay.
Just
what is this?
One warning.
Warning.
Only warning. Hopefully you don't get demonetized by
what? What are you doing, CG? Would you play this on your stream? What are you doing?
Yes, I would. I would.
Well,
nah.
Anyway.
Hey, y'all, check it out, man. I'm in the city of Boston right now. We got a UAP that just fell out of the fucking sky. I'm in downtown Croston in front of the State Street building, man. We out here. We got a UAP that fell out of the sky. That's from Canada, y'all. This is Canadian origin. Huh? It's the UAP, man.
This guy
fell out of the sky. Wait, I'm confused.
Serious shit right here, man.
Was Canada involved? Was Canada behind the drones?
Might have been.
Might have been. Okay. All right. I don't know what to think of. I think this is fake. I don't think this is real.
There's a community note.
But, there you go. Let me read the. No, we got to. We got to do. We don't want demonetized, so we got to read the community note. The title of this art exhibit is Olette. The creator is Brandon Vickard. It's part of the Winter Active exhibition in downtown Boston. Fake news.
I told you, this is why community notes are terrific.
Yes. So I was ready to get alarmed that Canada had drones everywhere.
Canada all along.
Yeah. Blame Canada. Blame CJH. All right. What else you got, CJH, here?
In the private chat.
Okay, let me
see. That topic refreshed on my feed, so it landed perfectly.
Okay, don't tell. No, this is not. Do not tell Elon this for this next thing. This is not a good thing for
Mars is irrelevant.
Yeah, Mars is irrelevant. Food grows better on the moon than on Mars. Scientists find. Do not tell. I don't want Elon taking over the moon and saying no one said I couldn't because he wants to colonize Mars. Do not tell Elon that food grows on the moon. I don't. I'm slightly concerned. Voltaire, any thoughts on this?
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? Okay. You think Mars is more fertile ground for growing food?
I don't think they have the data to support this, is what I'm saying. I don't believe.
Okay. All right, let's see.
I would prefer them to have space stations like Star Trek, Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. I wish.
I know, that would be so tight.
I'd live on that.
Would you go to space?
Deep Space Nine space, like I would live on that. Yeah, absolutely.
I will be here on Earth. I'll say bye, Rhea, bye, Voltaire, bye, CJH. Would you go to space? Are you actually? Oh, well, you are from it. Yes, I apologize. I forgot. So Rhea, you would definitely go on once they get the test people out and they figure things out, get all the kinks out. You would go into space.
Yes, absolutely. I am.
Oh, you're already planning? Okay.
Yes.
You are. Are you gonna escape Earth?
I remember that meme of Professor from Futurama. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Rhea's preparing. I'm preparing to hunker down. I'm not going anywhere. So, let me see. Larry Corkwitz says this is for CGH because his look is absolute fire. #drones. Larry Corkwitz is a big fan of your new look, CGH.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just finally revealing his true self. This is his.
Make that your Tinder profile picture, CGH.
Good advice. Good advice. So I think this is always CGH. This is how he looked when he first got off his spaceship when he came to Canada.
Yeah. This is the real look, the real CGH.
Yeah.
Love it.
We've already ruined Earth, not to ruining Moon and Mars. But can you stop Elon Musk if he decides to colonize Mars?
Maybe we already ruined Mars, and that's why we're on Earth.
How do we know he doesn't already own Mars?
True. I don't think he's just blowing smoke. I think he's going to get there in the next 10 years. I think he's going to try to do it.
What if he's already there?
If he's already there, he'd be live streaming from Mars. Come on.
What if I have a real big conspiracy theory for the blame CJ?
Mars is actually Greenland.
What if this Elon Musk is the AI Musk that's been that's been taking over and being influential in politics and stuff, and the real Musk is out in space somewhere doing other things and with scientists and trying to colonize planets, and he comes back and he's like, what did you do, Musk 2.0? You know,
definitely
caused chaos.
Yes, I actually think that someone should make a movie about that. This isn't the real Musk. I don't think the real Elon Musk. Please stand up. You'd believe it. See? Okay, so what else does it say here? Scientists have come up with many ideas for growing food in outer space. One concerns growing plants directly in water, called hydroponics. You could. That sounds great. For instance, another's growing them using misted nutrients from the air, called aeroponics. but both of these options are expensive. So some scientists are also exploring a more traditional method of feeding future astronauts growing crops directly in lunar and Martian soil. Okay. I think we're
the lack of oxygen is well, I guess that they can have oxygen tanks, but it just seems like, you know, that methodology is the sustainability is what I'm concerned about.
Okay. Well, for the blame CGH topic about growing food in outer space, potentially
what
moon,
if?
Okay.
What if Zuckerberg? This is the real Zuckerberg too, and the previous Zuckerberg.
He's not a clone.
Was also AI.
Yes.
Like Elon.
Yeah.
Elon's AI.
But let's get real here, though. If we're talking about growing crops in space, do you think we're actually going to get to some of the sci-fi stuff where we're going to have people exploring space?
Over it. We'll fight over it.
Well, that will come next once Musk actually lands on Mars and starts colonizing and says, I own Mars now, which he's going to do if he lands there. He's going to say, I own it.
It'll be another part of America.
Well,
I'm wondering if other countries have a shot at also, you know, going after moon colonization, like the more like tech, I don't know what the right word would be, but like China, Japan, the Middle East.
Well, the ones with the space
like
programs.
Supposedly, it's kind of like international waters.
So
where we all kind of own it.
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be. He's like, no, you have no jurisdiction here. I own it. I landed here. I think that's what he's gonna do. And honestly, it's gonna create a space race. It really will. Like if he actually does it, he lands on Mars and he starts putting like stations on Mars and says, I own it. Then all these governments and all these corporations, it's going to create a big space race of what you could get. You know,
I think Mars becomes Planet X.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's going to rename it Planet X. Yes, Planet X.
To your point about potential AI versions of Zuck and Musk on Earth, we do know that AI profiles are a thing now. They're starting to appear, and you can actually interact with them and follow them, and they post content, which I will totally admit, as pro AI as I am, that is horrifying. So yeah, I do think that is a very plausible idea for those AI versions of those folks to be out there right now.
It's Figure Drong is saying boo AI. It's happening. Figure. Any thoughts on this, Voltaire? About
embrace it, everybody. It's not going away.
There are benefits to it. Does make life easier in some situations for sure.
And when you have that robot girl living in your house, you'll be very happy with AI.
Did people move on from the horse and buggy? Did they move on?
Yes.
From smoke signals?
Yeah. I think things are happening. I really do. I think the other reason is he wants so much money is he really does want. He's a giant nerd. He wants to get. Yes, I know people underestimate him, like Figure Draw.
There will be more jobs, and those who do not oppose it will lose their jobs. It's probably as simple as that.
Figure Drawing says, "Stop being a dumb f. Elon is all show. He could buy the most. If he's not the most intelligent mind there, he could buy them." You know, and he can pay them to do what he wants, and someone will build it for him. You know,
yeah. I was actually going to say that. I think it's money's definitely a factor in it, but I also think there's a legacy, know, aspect of it as well, and ego. So yeah, basically, I agree with Figure Drawing.
Yeah, one man running isn't a race. I'm saying it will create a space race if he actually accomplishes it. If it's just all talk, I think it's probably going to be the same. But if he actually lands on Mars, sets up a station, has people living there for extended period of time,
when America landed on the moon, supposedly.
Yeah, actually, For All Mankind is a great alternate reality space race TV show of what would happen if they didn't stop at the moon and they just kept going. So it's a very good show.
What if the dark truth is that we can't actually go to space and that Mars is actually just an island on Earth?
No, I don't agree with that. I think space is real, CGH. I think you come from there. Why would I question it when my good friend in Canada? I look the way you look back and forth.
He's trying to throw us off the sense.
Yeah, don't try to throw us off. All right. So for the CGH takeover, blame CGH. Did you have anything else prepared?
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Okay. Well, we could start wrapping it up here. CGH, segment. Do you want me to? I'll try to make
shout
time.
out to the people that are. Actually, I should just shout out to the people.
You ruined the illusion. Put it back.
I know.
Put it back. Put it back.
Shout out to the No, this is a serious topic. Shout out to the people in LA right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's natural disasters or hopefully it's not unnatural. Like I hope nothing started that too. Thoughts go out to everyone impacted for sure. Laurie Corkwitz, $5. CGH has some great AI generated songs. My girlfriend is into making them too. CGs are a little bit better. No one tell her. Oh no, Larry. Have you ever experimented with creating AI songs, Voltaire Rhea?
Actually, CGH. Sorry, go ahead.
I taught.
Oh no, I was just saying, yeah, it's fun.
Okay, I haven't tried that yet.
On CGH channel, he did a little tutorial showing me how to do it.
All right. Well, thank you, Voltaire. I think we'll have you end the show. Successful.
Don't we have some voicemails?
Oh, that's right. Hold on a second. I almost forgot.
This is a good way to end the show. We
All right.
love the voicemails.
All right, let me bring this up here. Make sure not to show anyone's phone number.
Are we gonna regret this?
No, I don't think so. All right, here we go.
Hello, Maximilian. This is Sally Smith
Sally.
from Nebraska or some crap. Anyway,
Some crap.
Oh, sorry. Just 1 second. I'm checking into a hotel because one of my houses is on fire.
Make the Ray movie.
My Louis Vuitton suitcase. I swear to God, your head will be in the trash can. Be careful, for Christ's sake.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Maximilian. So I guess nobody's watching the Skeleton Crew.
Oh no.
Nobody will even give it a chance. Apathy is set in, I guess, for Star Wars, and now all the big fat man babies think they've won. Again, nobody cares. But guess what, man babies?
Oh boy.
The second I put a movie in the theaters, all you little fat little piggies will be running there and spending $1 billion to Disney. And you'll be eating your popcorn and your candy and all that kind of trash. And you'll be giving it to me, and little Bobby Iger will be calling me the queen again. Eat it, man, baby.
Oh wow, that's a threat. I don't like that, Sally.
Good golly, Sally, aggressive.
I do agree that if you make a movie, I wouldn't say any movie, Sally. Any Star Wars movie, it has to be decent.
It
has to be decent.
Brand is strong.
All right. Well, Sally, I don't know. Where's Scooter Crunch? I don't know what happened to Scooter. Okay. Here's one more. Let me see what this is.
Hey, dumbass. Max. Dumbass.
Oh, come on. I should really screen these ahead of time.
No. Having a Superman sneak peek in the Puppy Bowl is not downgrade. So it's a showcase crypto. Crypto's going to be a big hit for the dog lovers and the normies who are probably nice to Superman, but like, oh, look at that cute little puppy. No. I bet if your Lord and Savior Zack Snyder would have taken over Superman, he'll probably do it in, I don't know, the Spice Channel or Fox News. Maybe you prefer that, your Lord and Savior Zack Snyder. But, the Puppy Bowl, how dare you, James Gunn? I hate you. See, we know who you are. We know who you are.
We know who you are.
I'll say it right now. Superman will cross $1 billion. To quote Red, dumbass!
Wow, that was a mic drop from Senior Nerd.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to call people dumbasses. If he thinks it's going to
I like it. You could call me. I don't care. I don't think I am.
No.
I don't think I am, Senior Nerd. I wanted to pass $1 billion, but that is, please don't make me cash app Senior Nerd $20 next week. You got to bring in some more mic drops to surpass that, because that's probably one of the best we got so far.
That was pretty good, Senior Nerd.
Yes, that was the intended vibe of the mic drop. Not necessarily call me a dumbass. Like, I could take it, whatever. I'm not one. I don't care what you say, Senior Nerd. But yes, that was a great mic drop. The Puppy Bowl is not a downgrade. So thank you everyone for watching. Yes, and you could call. We don't have to be live. Save this in your contacts for the mic drop hotline number and leave us mic drops whenever you would like. Would really appreciate it. Voltaire, if you'd be so kind to end the show. We're just past the 2-hour mark.
Yes, call the mic drop hotline or the drunk dial hotline, whichever you prefer. Good night and good luck, everyone.
Yay, that was fun. Thank you for letting me on, y'all.
It's still live. I hit end. It didn't